Okay, everyone, I apologize. I went to check something on my phone and I should have known better. As soon as I close out this window on my phone to check something on my phone, um, it ended the video. It just automatically ends the video. It doesn't keep rolling, which I think is really strange. So this is going to be part 2 of the Tzadkiel, Kamael, and Haniel video. And I didn't even really take a break. I'm still going from the previous video. But I went ahead and typed out what this Hawaiian saying translates to. It's like a mantra that you can say to yourself to help heal. It roughly translates in English to, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And you repeat this over and over. An even better thing you can say is, I am so sorry for whatever it is within me that is causing this whenever you feel distress. I am so sorry for whatever it is within me that is causing this. Please forgive me. Please transmute. And that's the version that my friend recommended. It's a little more detailed version of that. And there's a really cool story about this guy who went into, he basically was a doctor or something that took over in like a mental ward, and he totally transformed the place by not trying to change the people, but he evaluated himself. He pulled out their files, he read about them, and he realized that everything about one of those people was actually something about himself. And he forgave himself for the mistakes that he had made and how he had manifested this into his life. Because everything that we perceive in the external realm is actually manifested by us. So I wanted to share that really quick. If you do want that story, if you want like the article, I can send that to you. Just let me know in the comments. But this all kind of goes in line with Archangel Tzadkiel too, so it all fits with the theme of the video. So let's go ahead and go back to where we were in the notes. Taking ownership of choices and consequences, Tzadkiel helps us leave our mark in a positive way. Use amethyst crystals or gemstones, healing and calming properties, purple correspondence, of course. Using amethyst will help you in communication. Violet flame lets people let go of inner conflicts. Choose forgiveness. It's essential for healing. Changes negative energy of past choices into calm, serene energy. He helps you surrender into freedom, the link between the body and the spirit. Purple connected with King Solomon as well, so that's an important note. You Freemasons should know a bit about that. The third eye chakra, of course, too, and purple is like a color of royalty and wisdom. Allow purple light to envelop you so you can feel the mercy of God, and then transmute. So that's kind of along the lines of what we were just actually talking about. Compared to pictures of Saint Germain, purple light in the book. I could go grab that Saint Germain book real quick. Let me try to remember to go grab that real quick. He is an angel of memory, first past life. Our first past life could have had a negative effect on us. It was hard to hear in this video what he was saying. But Archangel Tzadkiel helps us to work on the pain from, past karmic things that we deal with. We just hit 333. That was cool in this video. Past karmic things that we dealt with in previous incarnations. I'm sorry. Through divinity, we are everything. He helps us to sustain memory, guards power of information, invocation, and prayer. So he guards that power. Honest desire helps us to stay on the right path. Did I just jump into Archangel Haniel notes? No, I didn't. Why did I mention? Maybe I did start. Yeah. I guess this goes over into Archangel Haniel now. So, sorry about that. I did not make a clear distinction in my notes when I switched over. So let's go ahead and go over Tzadkiel in Damien's book, and then I'm gonna go ahead and try to grab that Saint Germain picture from you from the Saint Germain books, so you can see what that purple energy looks like. So Hesed, mercy, Archangel Tzadkiel. This is where we find the energies of abundance and prosperity, joy and adventure. It's reminiscent of the planetary energy of Jupiter, which falls under its domain. When we truly tap into this sphere, we learn how to love unconditionally and throw ourselves ferociously and fearlessly into the fray of life. When working with Tzadkiel, the archangel of the sphere, burning bayberry and cedar incenses will strengthen the experience. Keep an eye out for an increase in favorable events and circumstances. Tzadkiel is the archangel of luck. The more you work with him, the luckier you'll become. It's said in magical circles that it was Tzadkiel who kept watch over Abraham, the father of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. There comes a time when everyone who walks the path of magic must decide to do so with complete devotion in order to make further progress. And it's Tzadkiel who helps us choose the spiritual or magical realm over the physical world. That being said, I still think of Tzadkiel as the fun archangel. And if you're envisioning Tzadkiel when you're doing Tree of Life stuff, he has blue robes and holds a scepter like a king. And we also heard that earlier in the video from one of the other people, of course. Reasons to invoke Tzadkiel of Hesed for any form of prosperity and abundance, to attain inner harmony and joy, for luck and gambling, to enhance your popularity and esteem of others, and the esteem of others, for the power to help others, to increase any talent or skill, to better understand your will and purpose in life, for more ambition, to make certain that others keep their promises. Interesting. Okay, so let me go find that Saint Germain picture with some of that. You'll see what I mean. It's not exactly the purple flame energy, but it does kind of have that. It's like the shield that you, or the aura of light that you end up developing around yourself. But it does have very much Tzadkiel energy type things to it. And then we will go ahead and cover Haniel after I show you guys that. Now, Damien refers to Haniel as being more masculine, whereas the videos I watched on YouTube almost always refer to it as being a feminine archangel. So I'll probably read from this book first to give you an idea of how Damien views Haniel, and then I will go into the notes and try to finish this video up. So let me go grab that picture real quick. Oh, sorry, that took me a second. Well, here is Saint Germain, Ascended Master, and of course he's got that purple energy behind him. And there's Jesus Christ, Ascended Master of Kether. And here's kind of that purplish energy. Like, this is very like Archangel Tzadkiel, Saint Germain type energy. It's a very like holy aura that like you end up, creating around yourself. It says the magic presence. It's the whole I am presence. We've talked about, and here's the transmutation. It's all the same thing. It's like the human and the divine connecting. I have done some videos on Saint Germain, so I highly recommend you check out those videos as well if you're interested in learning more on that. Okay, so let's get back to the notes. So we're on Archangel Haniel now, which works with the sphere of Venus on the Tree of Life, and Netzach, symbolized by green, Venus energy. When I invoked Archangel Haniel, I had a really weird experience. It was, we did have some rose petals that, from when I proposed to my fiance, we have them like in a little bowl, these rose petals, and I kind of, set them there during the ritual, and I invoked Haniel, and it was like my breath was taken away. I actually made this involuntary gasp. Like, it was really, really weird. Like, my heartstrings got pulled on in such a weird, strange way, but it was good. It was good. It was like something was really released in that moment. So I highly recommend invoking Archangel Haniel. Here's what Damien has to say about Haniel. The sphere directly above Yesod on the Tree of Life is my personal favorite to work with. Netzach is the level of reality on which our emotional life plays out. That's why I felt so emotional. It was just like something had taken my breath away, and I felt my heart. The heart's not as sensitive as it used to be in older days. It's been a little worn down by some of life's experiences. That's why I really need to work on just, lightening myself up, not always digging so deep into the studies, but just learning to let go and forgive and heal. Netzach is the level of reality on which our emotional life plays out, but it's also the sphere of art, beauty, sensuality, and luxury. So if you want to invoke like romance into your life, it also represents the plane of existence where the Fae, F-E-Y, what we have come to think of as fairies, and he spells them F-A-E-R-I-E-S, exist. Much like angels and archangels, the Fae have been anthropomorphized and reduced to tiny people with gossamer wings, think of Tinkerbell. In reality, fairies are incredibly powerful entities, some benevolent towards humanity, and others whose sense of right and wrong are so different from ours that they can sometimes come across as malicious. The archangel who presides over this level of reality is Haniel. Haniel possesses characteristics and energy that are equally masculine and feminine, so there you go. So you will see this entity referred to by various pronouns in magical texts. Haniel responds to any of them, so feel free to use whichever feels right to you. You're going to visualize Haniel, if you're doing Tree of Life stuff, with sea foam green robes, accompanied with the scent of rose, which is why we had the rose petals. Reasons to invoke Haniel: bring peace to arguing lovers, encourage fidelity and enhance passion, to turn rivals and enemies into allies and friends, to gain new friends, to reunite loved ones, for assistance in creating any form of artwork, to experience joy, to create an environment in your home that is pleasing to all of the senses, to aid in gardening or any nature-related activities, to develop a mutually beneficial relationship with the Fae as well. All right, so let's go ahead and pluck through the rest of these notes then. So Haniel, I've also heard it pronounced strangely, like Haniel or something like that. I don't know. I say Haniel. She or he comes in beautiful light purple, so it's a little bit different than what Damien said, the seafoam green. It's soft lavender is what she said in this video. Calming energy, I'm pretty sure that these notes are from Christina's video. Calming energy, inner work, inner healing. We all go through healing on Earth. Many people fear dealing with the inner work, emotion, and memory. And we've talked about, or at least I have before on, maybe not on my YouTube, but the body actually has memory as well, not just the brain. So if we've experienced a lot of trauma, we've shared our energy with too many people, the body experiences confusion because it's like in our DNA and stuff now, and we have to transmute that energy. She helps you deal with these things, heal to rise to your highest potential. I made a note here also to reference the Modern Kabbalah book. Something about Archangel Haniel that's in there, maybe. I don't know. I could go and grab that book real quick too, but I feel like everything that we're covering in these notes is probably going to cover that as well. She's a huge support system and healer, helps to shed layers from the past, which creates blockages, helps you to embrace yourself in your wholeness, all of yourself, the dark parts as well, the light parts, helps you get over guilt, etc., helps you deal with your shadow aspect, release what no longer serves, brings things to light so that you can understand them, darkness made visible, It's just another part of you, darkness made visible, brought to light. She helps you. If you call on her, she will guide you through those things. One of the chief angels, Haniel is one of the chief angels in charge of the Order of Principalities, along with angels Savael and Amael. Couldn't really tell what they were saying. Samuel, maybe? I don't know. Haniel leads the principalities, referred to, okay, I already talked about that. Corresponds with the hierarchy of the Elohim and Venus, as we said before. So Haniel, a cool thing is that Haniel was actually the one that escorted Enoch to the spiritual realm, and we'll get more into the details of that in some of these later notes. Also known as angel Oniel, Oniel, Hamael, or Haniel, Hanael. There's different spellings, as with all the archangels. Michael is the mighty warrior who represents the protective power of the Lord, powerful masculine figure who holds a flaming sword. But Haniel is the angel of joy, a female, a joy bringer. Males are typically seen as protectors, in society. This is just a generalization, whereas the female are the joy bringers. But Haniel is both male and female, so kind of silly to talk in such mundane ways about that, I guess. Can transmute hopelessness and despair into great joy. So a lot of these angels do similar things. Tzadkiel and Haniel are kind of the same in a lot of regards. Haniel means glory of God or grace of God. In ancient Babylon, the astronomers worked with Haniel. I thought that was kind of a cool note. As we know, the only two humans that became archangels were the prophet Elijah. He became Sandalphon, and Enoch became Metatron. Haniel helps us to recover the lost secrets of natural healing and remedies, especially to work with lunar energies. This includes potions, powders, crystals, etc. Helps us enjoy more grace, add beauty, harmony, and the company of wonderful friends. If you're a Mason, that beauty and harmony should ring a bell for you. Stay balanced before any major event. Helps you to stay balanced before any major event. Moon goddess energy, etheric, quiet, patient, and mystical. Her wisdom comes from eons of experience in working with humans. She's patient with humanity because she has seen all that they have created. The kindness overshadows the darkness. Okay, so there is a little section in this video that I could go ahead and play real quick, because I think it is a nice section. It's a little prayer.
The humans.
And what is...
The Archangel says, yes, impatient with
That's that
eons
guy's
experience
voice you
in
hear right
working with
now.
humans.
His channel's
The
called
Archangel
Desire to
says,
Share. Desire to Share.
We believe scholarships aren't just for the chosen few. They're for you.
yes, impatient with humanity because I can see all the good they've created. For every moment of intolerance, there are hundreds of deep kindness to overshadow the darkness. The light of humanity shines brighter today than ever. If you could see humanity from my point of view, you'll know why I have such deep regard and love for you all. I'm happy to help in whatever causes advances humanity above the din of clashing egos and elevates you to the level from which you have come. That is God's grace and eternal beauty. Now let's go back to the story of Archangel Haniel and Enoch.
Okay, so that was a nice little prayer that's in that video, and I wanted to show you. So Desire to Share is the name of that YouTube channel. I've been writing a lot of my notes from that. And he uses such a funny word in this video that I'm gonna find it at some point here. I actually know pretty much right where it's at.
To the heavens.
And we'll go over that at the end probably, because it's funny. We get a little humor going on here. So Enoch, of course, we know Enoch didn't die. God took him. It's much like Obi-Wan, Kenobi, and Yoda, how they just disappear and become one with the Force. It was a lot like that. Didn't have a physical death. For God took him. God sent Haniel to pick up Enoch in a fiery chariot, which escorted him through the flames into another dimension to reach the heavens. Super cool. From the earth to the heavens, same as Enoch becoming Metatron, blah, 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 blah. When Enoch gets to heaven, the angels detect there is some foreigner among them. The angels could smell Enoch because of his sins. That's interesting. So they're using the sense of smell, angel smell. I thought that was interesting. Probably not the same kind of smell as we think. They just picked up on the sin. Enoch was still living. That's why they could smell his sins. They became upset because no human had entered heaven. God intervened and explained why he chose Enoch to come to heaven without him having to die first. God tells the angels that he was very happy with Enoch being a righteous man. And Haniel allows people into various heavenly places. So I promise, guys, we're getting close to the end. Kind of glad this was turned into 2 videos, actually. So there was a reason for that. So I'm going to play this short
And then the story
part.
gets interesting.
This is where it's funny.
We find that when Enoch arrives in heaven, the angels detect that there is some foreigner amongst them. You see, Enoch went to heaven when he was a living human being. The angels smelled him by his scent. Then they became upset about him being there among them, as no human had ever entered heaven while still being alive. In the hullabaloo that followed,
And the
God
hullabaloo
had
that
intervened
followed,
and
I
explained
love
to the
that.
angels
That's my
why
favorite. That's my new favorite word. It's been my new favorite word for a long time. Hullabaloo. I've never heard of that before. That's so great. How do they spell that in the subtitles and the captions?
entered heaven.
I don't know why I'm
while
so
still being
obsessed
alive.
with this silly
In
word.
the hullabaloo that followed,
Hullabaloo. So HULLABALOO. Hula, like a hula hoop baloo. That's too good. That's too funny. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this up. Haniel allows people into various heavenly places, as we just saw with Enoch. Holds the keys to the palaces of the heavens. Enoch witnessed from Haniel and other archangels a spectacular display of angelic power and unity during his heavenly tour. Very much reminiscent of Paradiso from Dante. Enoch saw 7 angels before the throne of God, all equal in height, brilliant faces, identical robes, 7 yet one. Controlled and harmonized everything in God's creation. Controlled the movement of the stars. They controlled the movement of the stars, the seasons, the waters of the earth. Also plant and animal life, kept the record of all incarnations of every human being. Direct conduit between our lower human energy and the higher energy states of the celestial realms. So I'm thinking Haniel is, I don't know if they mean Haniel in specific or just the archangels altogether. Direct conduit between our lower human energy and the higher energy states of the celestial realms associated with the moon and Venus. So they're talking about Archangel Haniel, but all the archangels, do that in general. Associated with the throat chakra, Haniel is associated with the throat chakra, helps heal women during their monthly cycles. I thought that was interesting. She helps with intuition and clairvoyance, which females, of course, it makes sense being a female archangel because females have that power more readily available anyway. They're just more intuitive and psychic naturally. Not that many choose to tap into that. A lot of people, they just reject spiritual things or that there's anything else out there than what they can perceive, which is a very kind of an ignorant viewpoint in my opinion. I mean, I used to be the same way. I was agnostic at one point in time. Never complete atheist, but was definitely veering that way. And then all the information came to me. I started wanting to discover things, and that's how I found out about all this stuff. With this desire, this gravitational pull towards the divine, towards God, that's brought me on this path to share this information. So Haniel is a strong protector of souls, helps fill our higher purpose. Turquoise robe, large and impressive silver wings, matching her energy. If we match her energy, we shed illusion or delusion and reach spiritual enlightenment. Soft light around her recenters and grounds the soul when needed. She communicates through feeling. As we very much talked about, when you invoke, you'll feel that. Awakens intuition where the true answers lie. Shows up when you are urged to withdraw from the noise of daily life. Energy is delicate and gentle. Very subtle energies. If you are very sensitive, you can notice her. Works with artists, creative people to help open their sixth sense. Turns the cruelest heart into something beautiful and loving. She shows up around those who experience accelerated spiritual growth or people who are vulnerable. Coordinates our heavenly requests with the cycle of the moon. It helps if we coordinate our requests with the cycle of the moon. So since she has lunar energy, the new moon is the best time to help with magnifying an intention or manifesting intention in the world, Waxing moon So right before it becomes, goes into a full moon is the best time to ask for healing. Use healing oils, crystals, etc. The full moon is a time for release, letting go. The waning moon, as the moon is going back towards a new moon, reflect on cycles of the moon and how our personal feelings relate to the cycles. As the Archangel of divine communication and clear perception, Haniel has the divine authority to assist us in reaching our fullest potential and fulfilling our soul's purpose. Invokes in us trust, love, and honor for the Creator. And so, yeah, I think that pretty much in these two videos that covers the three archangels pretty extensively: Kamael, Haniel, and Tzadkiel. And this is a really good book too. I think I've shown you guys this in previous videos. I had written something in my notes, like there was something I wanted to say out of this book, but I guess I could check on Metatron real quick and see what the angelic was. I thought it was the Seraphim. The angelic order is the HaKadosh, or Holy Living Creatures. I wonder which one is associated with the Seraphim then, or if that's synonymous with the Seraphim. I don't know. That's something for another time. Or you could probably just look online and see. Yeah, I would have to read through all this real quick. Let's see, is there anything? Netzach. Yep, I don't think there was anything else I needed to cover in that, so. Alrighty, guys. Hopefully I can get to you with a YouTube video, another YouTube video soon. I had a really good opportunity today to set aside some time and finally, get these notes that I've written, across to you guys. And basically I just culminate all this information. I pull it together from different sources, and then I share it with you guys, all in this one place. I call it Perspectives. If you like what I do here, please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the like button on this video and any other videos that you like. If you want to be notified of my new videos, please hit the bell, and you will be notified of new videos as well. So peace and love, everybody. If you're on this path with me, if you're watching these videos, I really appreciate you. Like, you are my people. These are my people. The people who really want to know, the people who really want to grow, the people who aren't playing games. You want the real deal. This is it. We're manifesting heaven. We're manifesting a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experience for ourselves. And we're only growing. We're only rising up. There's no more falling down. I'm tired of that. We're transmuting the darkness into light. Until next time, everybody, peace, love, and blessings.